Okay, we're back again, long awaited, with another Ravenhood book. I'm Anna,
And I'm Jane.
and today we're discussing Severed Heart by Kate Stewart.
Tyler's book.
So, where do you think that this ranks among all the other books?
All of them. I would place it a smidgen above One Last Rainy Day.
Yeah.
Just because I got more information and got to see different sides of people, where I feel like One Last Rainy Day, I saw sides of people I didn't want to see. Which this one was kind of the same, but like my favorite part of this book was actually seeing young Dom and young Tobias with Delphine. That was my favorite
Really?
part. Yeah.
I think I liked the ending because the beginning, I think it's intentional because they're young. They're like 17, 18. They're very young, and seeing like them be young and, you know,
And act.
angsty teenagers.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's why I was so put off at the beginning because, like, if you think about it, because I went to like that author thing, author talk or whatever, where she was talking about how, and they asked her like, how do you write for different like age ranges, because she writes like middle grade and young adult, and she was like, you really just have to get into the mindset of like the main character that you're writing about. And I'm thinking about Kate Stewart writing from 17-year-old Tyler, like obviously it would be what we got.
Yeah.
Not saying that I enjoyed reading that.
But I mean, I 100% agree. So at the same time, when I'm reading this, I'm a little disgusted in Delphine.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
and it's hard to get past that too.
I never got past it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It felt icky the entire time to me, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit, especially because she was, I think, 29, right? So
yeah, and we're like around that age.
Yeah,
like,
so I was
I'm
like,
thinking about,
if I was,
I would never.
no, especially I would never, if an 18-year-old walked into the bar and tried to hit on me, I would say, go back home, son. But especially not one that I watched grow up.
Yeah,
that's very not good. That's very not good.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I think I wrote a note about this, that it felt a lot, and I don't mean this, well, I kind of do, because like if you are among this group, I think you're weird, but it felt like it was written for like stay-at-home moms that are like,
wait, what?
like watching their son's friends come over. Do you get where I'm going with this? Like, it felt like I wasn't the target audience for this, and it's fulfilling some weird fantasy for women that like have that fantasy, I guess. Or I guess men that
I feel like
I feel like
I see what you're trying to say. Like, I didn't see it that way, but I correct me if I'm wrong. You're basically saying this is like a trope. Like, that's the trope.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I almost never read Kate Stewart's books thinking like this is like a trope read. Like,
yeah,
I don't know why, but I never like pick out what it is. Like, what would the trope of like the original Ravenhood be?
I think it's like technically a why choose, even though it's not really a why choose. But I think technically that's how and that's how this book was marketed. It's marketed as like a forbidden romance.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it in the beginning, and I didn't like it in the end, because it still felt as if he was basically groomed, like, by this person.
Yeah.
Even and the fact that like his father, I was like, oh, this is icky. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because his father was the same way, and I just.
And if you think about too, like how their spark, like, because he says that he like was attracted to her from like basically his whole life or whatever. But like when you think about like their first initial spark where he like has that blackout moment and she like talks him down, like you're talking down a 17-year-old and that made him kind of cling to you.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like,
it's kind of not good.
I can't get past it. I really can't. And then on top of that, like, I had a note about this in my notes too, where like it feels like he was groomed, and not only was he groomed, but like she ruined love and all women for this man forever, for like the rest of his life.
Spoiler alert. We know that's not true. And I don't want to skip around, but I always skip around, so I'm just going to give into the urge. Spoiler alert. That one scene with her flipping out in the kitchen and talking about that he's going to love somebody else. I was like, oh, we're going to have to read this book now and watch him love some. And I wonder how is this next person going to look at him the way we're looking at him and be like, this person groomed you?
Oh, yeah.
Or
that would be a really good, like, tie around for her to do.
Yeah, because I feel like it has, is nobody else seeing
and
this?
I was looking online for that, but you know what I got? A bunch of edits of their love and romance and a bunch of edits with that audio of her flipping out, being like, let me hate her for...
Yeah.
Which, like, honestly, if they didn't have that creepiness...
Oh, 100%. If they were, like, a normal couple... Because I felt it. Like, I felt myself, like, thinking about, like...
So did I.
You know,
I was like
oh.
The back half of this book is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
If they didn't have that, like...
I would say out of their whole romance, that was the part that I liked. Because... basically, during that part, I wasn't thinking about their age difference and the creepiness, and I was just thinking about the fact of like, oh, that's like that's how I would be thinking. And you wouldn't want this person being miserable because you love them; you would want them to be happy. But at the same time, the selfish, like she said, like let me be selfish, like that selfish part of you is like they're gonna move on, and I want them to, but I don't.
Let me hate her.
I would say I would have to say that was probably my favorite parts of the book. Like I said, were young Dom and young Tobias with her, but I would say romantic. Wait, romance? I don't know. Looking at the romance aspect of it, that would be my favorite part. That was the only part where I forgot about the weirdness of it.
Yeah,
and I actually felt something.
Yeah, because even through all the like smut scenes and stuff,
I started fast forwarding.
Yeah, I was like, this is not it.
No.
And I want to be into it because Tyler is very...
And you know what? I would do anything. I actually was going to text you and I forgot because I was going to say I would pay money. Remember when I complained about hearing about Tobias's engorged...
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I actually was going to text you and be like, I would pay somebody right now to start talking about Tobias's engorged rather than listen to this. Because this is...
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right because of that age. And not the age, like, okay, so what are they? They're 10 years difference. So obviously if they would have met at 30 and 40
well, when they rekindled the relationship, I don't think it was that weird, but it's the...
But it was it was the fact
context.
that, yeah. Also, what also annoys, speaking of the rekindling, I got mad that he got mad.
About what?
That she left messages on his thing and he never got them. And I was like, buddy boy, that's kind of on you.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I get being angry at yourself or, you know, whatever. But to sit there and be like, you left me message, like, how is she supposed to know you didn't look at your damn phone?
She seemed very, like, technology, like, resistant.
Yeah.
Which was weird, too, because if you think about it, she's really not that much older.
No.
And for her to be so, like... I was like, you're making her seem, like, way older than what she is, and that's making it even weirder.
I think I felt that way about Delphine, like, always. Because even, like, reading the Ravenhood, I felt like she was older.
Yeah, because even at the end, when she dies, he's like, oh, she's only 41. And I'm like, really? Because she seems like she's fucking 60.
Yeah. No, I agree because I had to sit there and be like, how old is she?
Like, why are you? It's already weird. Why are you adding on another layer to make her seem even older than what
Yeah.
she is?
No, I agree.
And I don't know.
Oh, so that's funny because I didn't even look at my notes yet, and I was like, let me take a look at my notes. And my first thing here, I literally wrote, my first thought is, I'm a bit confused about the ages. Maybe it was said somewhere. Um, yeah.
I think my favorite part of the book was all the context that we got with this book, though. Like all the context with like the family and like
Mm-hmm.
I think she wrapped up the Zach storyline pretty well.
That was so confusing. I was like, wait a minute. So this is his brother. This is his son.
No, I don't think it's his brother.
So the dad didn't, because at the end it
No,
kind of
I don't.
sounded like the dad said yes,
Oh, maybe.
because the dad was like, had I known. I don't know.
Oh,
And he
maybe.
always says he has his eyes. Why would he say that?
No, maybe you're right. It is a little confusing though because honestly,
But
like
what I was confused about is how did Dom end up taking care of him? Because Dom was also taking care of him. Did he know that he had anything to do with Tyler, or
I
did he
don't think
just
so.
see a
I think he
kid
just
and
saw a kid whose dad cheated
yeah?
on
But
him.
it just so happened to be Tyler's brother's son.
Brother, son. No, you're right because I was confused about the part where he said like I don't remember exactly, but he said like, "Oh, he left him like the dad that
Yeah.
he left him and then went and hung himself." And then I was like, "But wait, cuz that's confusing to me because at the end of One Last Rainy Day, wasn't his dad there?" So
Who's
was that
dad?
Carter that was there? Zach's dad.
Tyler is Zach's dad.
No, his real dad.
Carter.
So it was Carter that was there at the end of One Last Rainy Day.
I'm gonna say yeah because I don't remember, but I don't even know why that other man would be there.
And he said like, "Oh, he's been such and such days sober or
So
whatever."
that's Carter then. Yeah.
So then, yeah, it is
Yeah.
his brother's son.
It's his brother's son.
It's so fucking weird. I don't know.
Which I honestly I did. I liked that. Very confusing, but
Yeah, I mean, I liked it, and it also felt like kind of a bit like full circle and healing for Tyler in a
yeah,
way.
yeah. I just have like a random note too about when Tyler, Dom, and Sean met for the first time, and
Mowing his lawn.
mowing his lawn. And I have here the little smile back at Tyler when Sean was lying about the snacks. And I was like, it was cute because they all basically still acted the same way that they do growing, like when they're adults, but to see them
Yeah,
young, it was cute. I
yeah.
like that.
Let me take a look at my notes.
I have a little note from Delphine. Probably my favorite line in the book. Why am I not worth loving? Why do the men I trust and care for with all my heart holds, treat me so terribly?
That's actually my first note.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
That was good.
Because it was good.
I like that line.
It's crazy too because I think Delphine as a character is very interesting. Like you don't get a lot of female characters like her, where they're very like
Morally gray.
yeah, morally gray. And like I feel like we're harder on women that are
Yeah.
but I did appreciate her story, regardless of how I felt about the romance.
I
Um
something. No, I'm being for real. I didn't. I don't know how I feel about her. I appreciate more of the backstory,
yeah, yeah.
but I don't know.
It reminded me you didn't read the last Akatar book, right?
No.
Yeah, so it reminded me a little bit of that. And
Oh, see, yeah,
Nesta.
yeah, I'm not gonna even get into that because that'll cause wars.
Oh yeah.
That will cause
We
wars.
should do like because she's coming out with another book, so we should do ACOTAR finally.
Are you ready for I was a part of like a Facebook group, and there was like actual fights.
I'm ready.
To the point where I think I left the group.
I'll fight about it.
I left the group because I was like, my blood pressure is through the roof over some fictional characters right now. I'm not doing it.
And you can finally read the last book.
I've read bits and pieces of it. And I know like basically everything that happens in it, but I think it would be better for me to read that book without reading the other three first.
Yeah.
I think like now, like if I just go and read it now.
Okay, so let's just do the last book.
Yeah.
I think also like Nesta has a bit of this too in the book, but like punishing yourself for stuff you feel very ashamed of and like wanting basically kill yourself. Um because of how horrible you are, but you don't know how to not be that way because you're so like bogged down by your trauma and your I don't know. I feel like she did get a lot of like Delphine, not Nesta, but I feel like she basically got the forgiveness that she was sort of wanting. Because that scene with Dom at the end and Tobias and
no.
And you know what kind of got me too was how that scene with Dom, how he's saying like, um, you would have kept pursuing Tyler if I didn't tell you to stop. And he's like apologizing, and I'm like, why would you apologize for that? That's your 18-year-old friend.
I think because they're boys, so I think it's more forgivable. Not that I think it's more forgivable, but I think that people accept it more rather than if this was, an 18-year-old girl and 29, 30-year-old man.
Yikes.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, Cecilia used to call Dom the motherfucker, correct? And he said that was just once. So he's also going around doing doing something similar where I don't think he and it could just be a joke, but it sounded like there was a story behind that. So if, once again, the stereotype of it's different for a man and the fact that Dom's doing it himself. And I think that he was just so much in his feels at the time. All of this made him.
I did like getting the sort of like fallout of like that moment too in this book. Also the craziness of Tyler being there when Tobias and Cecilia first like kissed and stuff. Like God.
I liked seeing a little more of Tyler and Tobias's friendship because even in the original trilogy, I was like, why are they so close? And I enjoyed seeing that.
Yeah. And it seems like Tyler is really like a puppet master.
Yeah.
Like
okay, you know what? What frustrated me was why is Delphine the master soldier.
I know. Oh my god! I'm glad that you brought. I'm glad you brought this up.
To talk about this.
Yeah, I didn't really get that. I also didn't like, and I don't. I know we've been reading these books for so long, and we know like how it ends up and everything, but it's like I don't really get the point of any of this. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I will say, I'll give this book that. I feel like for the first time, I really felt like, okay, I can follow this with Tyler going in because of,
because you see like a lot
of
more.
what happened with his dad, and now this is making a little bit, because it's like Robin Hood, but what are we doing? What are we? Because like I understand maybe you want to take down, Big Corp. What are we doing?
No, yeah, but that's like, how I felt the entire series. Like, what are we doing?
Like, basically, to me, I was only paying attention to the romance part because I really didn't understand anything else going on.
Yeah.
I was basically the capital in the Hunger Games. I was not paying attention to anything but the love story because I didn't understand. And I felt like Tyler going in because of what happened to his dad, I was like, okay, this is something I can make sense of here.
Yeah. But it still felt a lot like I don't understand the point of it.
But just Delphine being like the master,
that,
and I was like, why though? Because she never. At what point she was taken from France at the age of a child?
She was like 6 or something, wasn't she?
She was 6, playing soldier with a little Arya Stark sword. What made her, it was like, I'm very confused here. Maybe I missed something. Maybe at 5 she was, I don't know, but I'm very confused.
Yeah, no, I was with that too. And I didn't really understand, like,
I'm just noticing those are the same Sour Patch Kids you've had for like,
for a year.
That's kind of weird. Not weird, but like, that's impressive. Good for you.
Go bad?
No, I don't think so. They're all preservatives, and
I don't like them. That's why they're still there.
I've never seen candy last that long. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I also didn't like her pet name for him, calling him Soldier.
It got too like.
I did not like it at all.
It got too much. Like, let's stop now. It was too much.
And that adds another element of weirdness. Like, you're training this kid.
Meanwhile, like I said, what qualifies you? Because they made it like this was the big reveal. It was her the whole time. You don't think that Delphine, but it was her.
I feel like Kanye with that Lady Gaga quote.
What? Which one?
Where he's like, I love some of the Gaga music, but what the fuck does she know about cameras?
That's what I'm saying. Like, really like this. Really, really like to get more background on Delphine, but really you're trying to tell me that this woman who never went to war,
was abandoned by her mother, sold by her father for some heroin,
magically just became a master for how? I'm very confused. I'm honestly confused. I'm confused.
Yeah. No, you're
I don't understand. Tell me. I'm not judging. Just tell me how. Tell me, like, I could see her being able to control her emotion. She went through a lot. When she helps Tyler figure out how to control her emotions.
But that's not what they're talking about. No. They're talking about strategy.
And let me talk about something else for a second. Tyler's dad coming back here talking about she was my best friend. Why? Like,
oh, that was really a curveball for me.
I was like, why? Is everybody...
You're mourning your wife, but I also lost my best friend.
Yes, I love her. And, like, it was too much.
And I also thought it was kind of weird that Tyler's parents were just like, Yeah, it's fine. Like
Well,
his
obviously
mom.
they don't care because his mom is her psychiatrist or a therapist.
Mhm. Mhm.
What?
Which was also
Let
weird.
me tell
And
you
I also
something.
found it very odd that his mom was a therapist and they were having such a hard time when his dad came back with PTSD. Like, you're a therapist.
And she didn't want to touch him.
Yeah, like
That
what?
that part threw me for a loop.
I didn't realize she was a therapist at that point. And then I
But
was
not
like,
only that, like that really threw me for a loop because she really sat there and she said, "This man is my best friend. I'm not going to leave him because he cheated on me." Blah 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 blah. This blah 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 that. But when he came back burned from war, you didn't want to touch him. I'm a little bit confused because I would rather touch him when he came back burned than touch him after he cheated on me in our
yeah,
marital bed. Like what?
yeah,
What? I'm a little confused.
yeah.
That's kind of crazy. And had a baby, but that's
And to be honest, like, if you really love somebody and they went off to war, and the fact that they came back alive at all,
yeah.
like, I don't care what state you're in.
And I don't think he was that bad because Grace was getting with him and she seemed quite happy to be doing it. So I don't think he came back,
Completely deformed.
completely deformed or anything. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying it wouldn't be hard, but to not touch the man,
Do you think Tyler's response to his mother was warranted? When he was like, how can you not care?
yeah. I mean, I've been a kid seeing your parents, and maybe it's not your place or your business, but you're a human being, and if you're not going to be the type of parent who's going to suck it up and hide it, then you're going to get, you know,
Backlash.
yeah, you're going to get a real response. You're ruining this kid's life right now.
I also thought it was crazy that scene where he's like basically having sex in the house while his
Ugh.
mom's. Yeah, I was like, yuck. That was one of the yuck Tyler moments for
Yeah,
me.
gross. And then his mom, is she going to stay for dinner? And I was like, oh, she knows that he's there. I mean, that she's there. I have a note that doesn't is not going to matter to anybody else, but it reminded me of you, um, because when Layla, who I don't even, I wish I would. It was on page 98. Let me say,
Layla's the one that was like in it, right?
yeah, Layla's the one that when Cecilia calls, or she calls Cecilia or something after
Mm,
everything, and she's the only one who would talk to her, and she tells her basically that Tobias and Sean are okay. Tyler
yeah,
too? Does she
yeah,
let her know the time? And then that's it.
yeah. Okay.
Mm, let me see. Page 98. Who was she talking about? Oh, I don't. Maybe she was talking about Sean. I don't know, but it reminded me of you when you said about my boyfriend. Like, I'll give it to him. He's persistent. I just started hysterically laughing at that because that was basically exactly what you said. I gotta give it to him. I'll give him that. He's persistent.
That's funny. I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, you know what I thought was rough and I didn't like Delphine? When she told 11-year-old Tobias, I don't want to be a mother
Yeah,
at the funeral.
yeah.
I was like, oh, you're not a good person at all.
No, she's not.
At all, at all. And then having him say, please, like begging, and he's like, I'll take care of him and everything else. You just don't be mean to him.
Yeah,
That was a little,
it was rough.
yeah.
Um, my next note is a little bit like a ways from that. But I said, I think there's something to be said about how, like, doing something for somebody else that you couldn't do for somebody you were related to. Like, Tyler couldn't help his dad in the way that he helped Delphine, but he got to help Delphine.
And that's why I also felt it was so icky.
Yeah.
Because that was like another thing is I'm like, because
he completely wrote his dad off. But because I have a lot of family members who have passed away from, like, rough issues that they have. And I think, like, you have this sense of wishing that you could have done that for your relative, but then, like, getting to do that through somebody else in your life. It's sort of like, I don't know if it's like therapeutic, but it's sort of like healing in a way. Not that his dad died, like he could have just gone and helped his dad. But there's a line that his mom says, like, later in the book, how, like, Tyler says to her, like, why can't I get over this with dad? And she's like, oh, because it's your first real heartbreak. He was the first one to break your heart. And it's true. Your parents are the first ones to break your heart.
Well, that's why I said I don't blame him for his reaction, because he's a human.
Yeah.
And like I said, there are certain parents who are able to hide things, and their kids don't even know there's any problems. They think their parents are happy, and and honestly, I agree with doing that. I think that if you have kids, that's how you should keep it. You should keep it as far because you set what the rest of their relationships are going to be like.
Yeah. True. I have a quote here that you're not going to like when I read it, because I hate it. But I had to write it down because I was like, what the fuck? Who wrote this? No offense, Kate Stewart. But who the fuck wrote this? But the quote is, I've been balls deep inside of Kaylee while my father was fighting a war in his mind.
I remember that one.
I was sitting here like, what the fuck?
I do. I remember it. First of all, I'm tired of hearing about people being balls deep. I'm looking at you, Eminem, because we were just talking about this.
You know what's funny? Side note, this is completely unrelated, but I was watching a TikTok of a clip of the Breakfast Club of MGK, like, when that stuff was going on, and he was like, I never said anybody's name.
That's what I said to you.
because what's his name? Charlemagne is like, oh, did you really fuck his girl? And he was like, yeah, I fucked multiple of them. And then Charlemagne was like, well, we all thought you were talking about Halsey. And he was like, I never said a name. And I was like, oh, he's just throwing out there that he's fucked multiple of them.
But wait.
G-Eazy's women.
Oh, G-Eazy's, because I was like, wait, are you trying to tell me that Halsey was with Eminem? I was very confused. Okay, G-Eazy. Okay. Yeah. What were we talking about?
People being balls deep.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that phrasing.
Stop it right now. Speaking of, here's a note I have. Was it necessary to hear Dom call Ginger baby? I know baby is a universal nickname. I know that.
Funny.
But the problem is we love rainy days, don't we, baby? There's such great emphasis placed on Dom saying baby to Cecilia that did we need to hear him call somebody else baby? Because every time these men do something like this, I like them less and less and less.
Yeah, because my next note was, Jesus, why do we have to keep hearing about these random women?
Yeah.
That these men are with.
But not so random, because he had Ginger around since middle school.
Yeah, there was another scene where Sean, like, runs into the garage because he's hiding from the cop.
Oh, yeah.
He fucked the cop's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that scene necessary? You got 700 pages. You could have edited that one out. Sean,
I gotta say that didn't bother me as much as like
he already got Tessa.
He wasn't with Tessa at this point.
No, not at that point. But I mean, like in the why we got to give him like 6 other women? Relax.
Why did one of Tyler's blinks have to be Sean and Tessa's wedding?
Yeah.
I would not RSVP to that wedding, so why am I in it?
Yeah, you're right. You're very right.
But at this point, I don't like Sean at all, so I really didn't even care.
Yeah. No, I didn't have an emotional impact. Because honestly, I think my big emotional impact was when she first found out about Tessa. And the way that Tessa treated her. Like,
yeah. Honestly, I was a little annoyed when Tyler sent him to that. I was like, oh, so this is where it happened.
And then she was in the car too.
I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, this is it right here. But yeah, I don't care for Sean anymore. I never thought I would be a Tobias girl, but
I'm a Tobias girl.
But I have slowly. I mean, don't get me wrong. By the end of the finish line, I liked Cecilia and Tobias together. But I felt like Cecilia was a Tobias girl, and I was happy for her.
Yeah.
But then one last rainy day, I said, I really don't like any of these boys.
Mm-hmm.
But Tobias is a man. Tobias gives off BDE.
Yeah.
He's the only one in all of these books consistently delivering.
You know what's funny? I don't remember what I'm referring to in this note, but I said the scene after the stuff with Tyler's dad. Yeah, I think I'm a Tobias girl. Do you
the scene after the stuff?
Yeah, where Tyler goes to Tobias.
Which time?
I don't know. My note, it doesn't say anything else beyond that. The Tobias scene after the stuff with Tyler's dad. Yeah, I think I'm a Tobias girl.
I don't remember, but I just know that Tobias is out there taking care of everybody.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, like, reading these, I don't think she intended to give us more Tobias, like, context. Or maybe she did. But, like, I don't feel as, like,
Baby Dominic, though,
betrayed, I guess.
Putting Band-Aids on Duffy. That was so sad. It was sad and it was cute.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he said, I remember. Like, because you don't think that he does at all. And you're like, oh, because he was young and he doesn't remember. But he says he remembers how she used to be. And I was like, oh. I was happy about that.
That's honestly probably why he was so mean.
Yeah.
Because I think when you know better of somebody else and you know that they have that potential to be better, you're pissed when they're not.
Well, because it hurts too. It probably hurt him a lot when she went from being that into,
Yeah.
And especially you're standing over your parents' grave and she's the only family you got left, basically. Well, adult figure you got left, basically. And she's spewing out shit. I don't want to be a mother. They don't want you as a mother. Everybody doesn't want to be here right now, Delphi. But this is what you got to do.
Yeah. And Delphine not really being their aunt. She's like their cousin.
Yeah, yeah. Which I also thought, I mean, I guess probably not, but in a way it felt like maybe give her a little bit more grace. Like, she's not your aunt, she's just your cousin. You know what I mean? Like, imagine your cousin has to take care of you. Yeah. Like, I feel like an aunt, like, that is, like, your next, like...
Yeah. Like, you owe it to your sister.
Yeah, like, you are, like, the default parent. If something happens to your sister or brother, you become parent to their kids. I think that's just how it has to go.
Yeah.
But like your cousin, like, damn, don't put my cousin in charge of me. I'm dead. Like, so I felt like, especially because she's not that much older than them.
Yeah.
Especially Tobias.
Yeah.
So, that's why.
How old was she when they died? Like 19?
I wanted to, like, figure out all the ages and stuff because it was very confusing. But, all right, well.
She was 29 when Tyler was 17.
Yeah. And
right?
then, so Tyler was 17. Tyler's a year older than Dom. I don't know how much older Tobias is, though.
Well, Tobias was 6, and I mean, Dom was 6, and Tobias was 11 when they died.
Oh, okay. So 7. I don't know.
We're not good at math. 22.
Okay, 7.
Yeah, I think she was 19 when they died, though. So that would mean that she was only like 7 years older than Tobias, which is not a lot.
Yeah. I mean, so wait, how old? 7, wait. How old did you say she was?
19.
19. So she was 19, Tobias was 11.
And Dom was 6.
And Dom was 6. Yeah.
And like at the beginning of the book, they talked about how she falsified her papers to say that she was 18.
Yes.
But she was like a child bride.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how, I guess she was like 16.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to figure out how, but she doesn't really say she was 16. She just says she doesn't look over 16. Like the person on the plane's like, you can't be over 16 or something like that.
Yeah.
But they never say how old she really is.
Yeah.
So what?
That also confused me about how old she actually was.
That's what so was she 19 or was she really 7? Like, did she just give in to the age that she lied about? Or like,
oh.
I don't know. I'm trying to understand
This shit goes deep.
Because actually my my great grandma's brother or something like that lied and took his like brother's identity so that he could go into the army because he was too young.
Oh shit.
But then he died. So,
oh my god.
But I think it says his brother died because he took his brother's identity.
Was the brother, did they switch or like was
I don't remember the story exactly. I have to ask like my grandma or something.
Isn't it weird how like stuff like that was so easy?
Yeah.
Back then, because I was actually talking about like my family's immigration story, and my long story short, my great grandma had a kid and she ran away to Norway when she was like 16. But then she had 2 more kids. One of them was my grandma, and they all immigrated here to New York from Norway.
Mm-hmm.
And that original daughter that she had just disappeared when she was 16. And no one knows what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you guys didn't file like a missing persons report? Like, and my cousins like tried to track her down.
Yeah.
But she just
disappeared.
It's crazy. Anyways. We didn't actually talk about how like Delphine really treated Tyler like shit in the first half of the book.
Yeah. Can we go back to that?
Go back to
what you just said, and just because I want to go back to, I actually have a note about Tyler being in the middle of his parents.
Oh, okay.
I just put down the quote that he says where it says, in the future, when it comes to matters of the heart, I'll never make anyone's relationship my fucking business. And I said,
Create those words real quick.
Yes. But I completely agree with that because we've all been there. Even like your friend. You talk shit about your friend's boyfriend, and then the next thing you know, you come over and he's sitting at the table looking at you. But I said, being put in the middle of his parents fighting and how the mom was angry with him because he was mad for her.
Yeah, she basically told him to mind his business.
Yeah. And that's how it always is. And that's the last note I have because I always stop taking notes right in the middle of reading books, but it always backfires on you with like taking sides with parents because that's always what happens. Then they get mad at you.
I feel like you can't. He's right about matters of the heart. Like you can't get in the middle of anybody else's shit because they're gonna do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you feel about it. You could tell somebody up, down, this way, sideways that somebody's no good for them and they should leave, but they won't unless they want to.
I agree. I completely agree. Because they can't even tell themselves what to do. They might want to leave too. You might want to leave, but can't, matters of the heart. You don't have a say. Nobody has a say. But anyway, what did you say before I interrupted you?
How Delphine treated Tyler like shit in the first half of the book.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, like, I think that makes like the grooming aspect of it kind of worse. Like, I don't.
No, yeah. I because on top of it being, but I think not only that, like not only it makes the groom, it just the whole relationship. I was like, there is no. God, how do I put this into words? The relationship was not like a good one. It's like I'm not looking at it and be like, oh, I understand why they're in love. Oh, it was basically purely just grooming. Because there what why do you love this person so much? Really, what have they done?
Yeah.
Why was she placed on a pedestal?
She tries to write it off in a way of like, you have no say in what your heart wants.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't know. I'm not believing this. I'm really not. And honestly, like, I even had a note about this later on in my notes. Like, I don't feel chemistry between them. Like, even later.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it feels very forced.
Yes, 100%. 100%. And that's what I'm saying is like, there doesn't seem to be anything to this relationship except for the fact that she was an older figure who reminded him of his father, who took care of him when he was at a bad place because of his father.
I hate to say it, that's grooming.
Yeah.
That's
and
grooming.
She was hot. She was Stacy's mom. That's what it was. Because there is no, I don't get it other than that.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope in the next book she really does like tie it around like Tyler breaks down and tells
I don't think it's gonna happen though.
I don't think so either. But I one can hope.
But I also feel like that's the only way that this next love story is going to
get you.
Yeah, because it's just like, what is she? Okay, this is your second love. Like, it has to be setting up that this person's going to come in and be like, but no, I don't think so, because even the parents are like,
yeah.
But although that happens, that does happen sometimes. You're like, where were the parents? Oh, they were there.
They consented to it.
Exactly. So maybe whoever Tyler ends up with is going to be the only smart one in the room here and be like, this was not right.
Because on top of that, like, if she's not that, how do you compete with like that?
Yeah.
Somebody who like,
that's what I'm trying to say. The only way for this love story to, be any kind of epic is if it's addressed that this person kind of groomed you.
Yeah. Because on top of that, you also have Zach, who really loved her too and thought of her like a mother. Mm-hmm. He even said, like,
yeah,
she's the only type of mother that I'll ever get, or whatever. Which, what happened to that woman?
Sleeping with somebody else's husband? I don't
know. This is unrelated, but my note about Tyler calling her nephews drama queens. I was like, that's very funny.
Wait, Tyler calling who?
Calling Tobias and Dominic drama queens.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, 100%. We talked about how I hate how she calls him soldier. We talked about that, how I don't believe the love story. Okay, this is a question. Do we hate this because we're biased about our feelings about Delphine because of Dom?
No.
Yeah. I think it also was addressed in the book.
Yeah, no. I didn't feel the chemistry. It felt icky. The sex scenes, I kept thinking about a teenager.
Mm. Especially that first one.
Yeah. Oh. No. This
And then she treated him like shit after the first time, too,
Yeah.
which was like, how do you still have this woman on a pedestal is beyond me.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another note where, because this was after the necklace scene where Cecilia, like, sees Tyler and is like, um, oh, you said you were my friend and whatnot, and now we know, like, everything behind the scenes of what Tyler was doing and all that. I don't feel like Tyler was Cecilia's friend.
No?
I don't.
Why?
Because, I mean, yes, he did do the thing with the necklace to give her hope, and yes, he did feel, I guess in his own ways, he was, like, punished too for keeping the secret from Tobias, but like, I don't know, you kind of left this girl with nobody, and
Yeah.
you kind of are just as bad as the rest of them.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with that. I never thought he was any better than them. But I think like Tyler's the type of guy who's like, I'm keeping you alive.
Yeah,
And
he feels like he was protecting her, I guess.
that's good enough. What more do you want?
Well, hi, how you doing?
How about a hello? How are you?
Maybe we could go get some food sometime.
Like he kept her alive.
I guess, but damn.
Yeah.
And then my last note is, oh, I see what she was doing here. She gave Zach to them so that they could be one big happy family for like a minute.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah. But
The brother son.
I'm just looking forward to this next book. How do you come back from that? And this man's not even 30 yet. Is he 30? I guess maybe he is 30.
I thought it was crazy that all this happened before Cecilia even came back.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, this was all going down before she even came back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Well, when she does come back and she sees Tyler and she's like, and she asks about Delphine, and he's like, "Oh, we had a good whatever years or
That's
whatever."
true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Before she died in my arms. How do you feel about Tyler not letting Zach say goodbye?
So that was selfish.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can never come back from that.
No, you can't.
But like I said, your parents are the first ones to fuck you up. There you go.
Yeah. That kid's gonna be mad about that for
forever.
Yeah.
Because he was just being selfish.
Like he literally told Zach, like Zach wanted to go.
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, stay next time."
Mm.
There is no next time.
Yeah. No, I didn't like that. That was just him being selfish. Because, like you said, you could have put me on the phone. Like,
yeah.
You know, like I wouldn't be able to forgive somebody.
Yeah. How'd you feel about that scene where all the soldiers came to thank Delphine?
Just... But once again, just thinking about the dad, that's my best friend, and I was her last soldier, and I was like, dude, you love attention.
And
that's what I'm getting
she told
here.
him everything, which was also weird.
And the fact that the parents loved her, oh, I think about her every day and I miss her every day. The frig? Like, what? Why are we making Delphine like Santa Claus right now at the end of this book? Everybody loves her.
Or like the mom crying on the porch after that therapy session with Delphine.
Yeah, everybody loves this. What the hell? Like, this is not who Delphine was. Like,
yeah,
let's be real. Like, all of a sudden, it was just like, who is this person that this book is about? Because this is not Delphine. I mean, I guess she changed at the end, but like,
for only
even when she was young, she was still sparky, and you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, she's a saint. Even when she was young, she still had an attitude, and that's perfectly fine. Spices the variety, or whatever the hell they say. Why suddenly she everybody's cup of tea, and everybody loves her, and oh my god, they mourn her every day. Love. They kept saying they love her. Like, what was this sick woman doing? Where was she getting the energy to make her rounds with all of these people?
Especially since she doesn't like technology.
Like, I'm very confused as to how this happened, but okay.
Yeah, even the scene where she goes to the salon,
yeah,
and the woman's like super nice to her. I'm like, where is this coming from? But she's like, oh yes, Delphine, I know you. You're the drunk from down the street.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, maybe she had such a bad attitude because she had her walls up and this and that. And once everybody started embracing her, she was able to show a different side of herself. But I just still feel like you would keep that. Like, at the end, she was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I don't think that would happen. Like, you would still keep your spice, your fire. That doesn't just go away because people are nice to you.
She was still kind of like that, like you said, even on the airplane.
Yeah.
When she was like young.
I don't know.
Well, we're in it for the long haul, unfortunately.
Oh, that was a long haul.
It really was. It was like 800 pages.
Yeah. I was powering through.
I think that's the longest in the series. Like, it's longer than Exodus.
I don't think it needed to be that long, to be honest.
You could have cut a lot out, I think. But we got some good context, I guess.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope the next one is better, though. So, do we have any predictions? Do we think any women were mentioned that could be the woman? We'll circle back to Kaylee, that he was balls deep inside of while his dad was.
I don't know.
Circle back to Ginger.
He's going to take Dom's girl?
No, I don't think Tyler would. Well,
when you said Ginger, I was like, his dad was a redhead. Remember? That the mom was like, he has red hair. I thought that was so weird that we were placing emphasis on that for some reason.
I don't remember that.
But then I'm just thinking now, Dom was with Ginger, so maybe that's, I don't know.
Dom was a Ginger?
No, he was with Ginger.
Oh, maybe that's foreshadowing?
No, I don't know what it is, but him and his mom both shared a love of Gingers.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I sort of feel like it might be somebody in the shadows.
I don't know. I feel like
because of Tessa and because of
like I feel like they had to have been mentioned before, but I'm very curious to see who it is.
And is this next book like after the finish line, or?
I would hope so. Let's catch up now.
Yeah, we've been going back.
Yeah, like let's go catch
forward.
up. I think so. Because Dom was mostly pre-Dom, pre-death, I mean. Then this one we kind of got the beginning and the end. So hopefully this next one will be
fresh.
Yeah, all caught up. I'd like to see Daddy Tobias,
Yeah. He was already dad to everybody else, so it'd be
Mm-hmm.
nice to actually. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope it's better. That's all I can.
Yeah, me too. Can't get worse though, right?
I guess that's true. All right, well, what's the next one we're doing? Is it.
We didn't decide, did we? Oh, if not for my baby?
Yeah. Surely this woman can't go wrong with a hosier romance.
There's always alien romance.
Maybe
That never lets me down. When
we
I
need
need a
to read
good
a monster romance.
no.
Alien.
Alien.
Specifically.
Alien
That's the
specifically.
trope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whenever I'm in like a slump, it always gets me out. They're sweet.
Okay.
They're confused. And I love a sweet confused boy.
Well, I know that's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have to add that to some. Anyways, we're a little behind on editing because I suck, but this will be
But
up
we're here.
eventually, and more to come.
Thanks for tuning in.